I'm in tech mode right now, so I'm not going to be very.
Do it. Do it. I get so impressed to know if you're in the right place. I get the call.
Sweet Rizla fanny pack.
Oh yeah, come on, Italian touchdown.
They're going to come down that path. Yeah. I know that my cue. Hey, Carl. Oh, okay, Carl. It's okay. My cue to start this music is going to be when they get to that tree.
Great.
So.
You want me to like post up over there?
I guess it wouldn't hurt since technically they're due here in a minute.
I'll like wave to you.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay. You want to hit the jams from Carl's phone now? Oh wait, we're waiting for them to give the signal. Okay.
So I guess what I'm going to do, Sean, is as soon as the music starts, I'm going to start filming.
Yeah.
Right? Great. Like kids run through.
I think that how are you going to confirm that we get the mic and audio situation back in a good spot before they start? Or do we think it's already all good right now?
I don't know how else to do it besides just try it and hope it works, and if it doesn't, fix it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, just like, but that kind of nod through you did of like, can you hear me?
Okay, go.
I think
One last time. We're doing one last test. Okay. But go back to Zoom.
Oh, okay. I'm back in Zoom. I've always been in Zoom.
Can everybody just nod once more that they hear me? Great. Okay. Now go back to music.
Should I play? Okay, I'm playing as quiet though.
Yeah, I think this is way down there.
Okay.
Are we doing master volume?
Okay. Oh, no. That's like their walk on.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking we turned this bit.
If you have everything solved, do you know what the what my cues are? Am I just playing this song, or am I? Jake also said "Green Grow the Lilacs" as well. Okay.
Hear about Jefferson?
I know. Oh, that's so cute. Hi.
Who all is speaking? Are you speaking?
Hey, Des, be careful around here because there's lots of things that can sting.
Hey, Carl, start the music. Start the music. Pause. Oh, we don't need to. We don't want to point at the speaker.
Okay.
It's like really running.
The wedding's about to start.
I'm gonna need you to maybe try to avoid having your phone that close.
Okay. Hey, Des.
When I do like that, just a quick test. Play. Pause it.
The yummy cookie? Makeup.
I see that. Just maybe give me a wave with your hand. No, I was gonna be on that. Call this, huh?
I don't know. What do I call those? Good job, Des. I'm gonna be playing music for the wedding because Jake and Mary are about to. I'll let you push the button, okay? When it's time. I'm gonna wait for Robin to give us the sign. I'm gonna keep my eyes on Robin. Mm-hmm. I can't right now. I'll pick up wood in a little bit though. But so I'm gonna be playing this song. You want to ask Ivy Jo if she wants to pick up wood? You can throw it in the water. I know. Well, they can, I don't think they can see you.
And you know it's over here, right?
Jake and Mary.
The wedding, we know it's happening over here, not over there, right? Oh, did they finish it already over there?
They're actually having a divorce here.
This is the decoy setup.
Yeah. Those are my real friends. Yeah.
Okay, wait. Turn the music on. Go. Roll it.
Wearing his suit jacket.
Hello. Okay, 1 second where we deal with some technical things.
Let's go back to Zoom.
Oh, look at Gabe. Gabe has that shirt that I gave him.
Richard?
He's got it so big, honey.
We're ready to go.
If you're ready, I'm ready.
We're ready.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, I can't say it's been a long time. And I can't say that it's like any other wedding that I've ever performed before. First of all, I certainly have to welcome my son Jacob and my soon-to-be daughter-in-law Mary, who is going to get back into this picture in 1 second.
We just need to be really, really much higher. Right? Yeah, can anyone hear in the back? Justin, can you hear? Can you hear? Oh, okay, cool. Everybody can hear? Oh, great. Oh, yay, my parents. Okay, cool. Okay, how are you doing this? Sorry, I'm gonna be quiet now.
Mary, I'll tell you when to talk now. All right. So let me welcome everybody to this incredible day, this incredible wedding, and with two incredible people. It's an interesting time that we live in today. To Mary and Jacob and everybody at Prospect Park in Brooklyn or on the East Coast, or to my son and family in Toronto, and to Anita, I say good afternoon. To those of you on the West Coast with me here in Monterey, or up in Northern California, or up in Oregon with Cindy's family, I say to you, good morning. And to Mary's family in Lebanon, I say good evening. So we have all parts of the day covered. As we celebrate today, personal relationships and compassion and love, we are at the same time critically aware of the tragic circumstances around the world, and realize we are not nations apart, but one world and one people. Our prayers today are not only with Mary and Jacob, but to all the people on this planet we call Earth. Our prayers are that the compassion and love that engulfs us on this day will cause all of us around the world to stand up and be heard, use the power of the social media that allows us all to be together here today, to let those who lead us know we are one. I was reminded when I was writing this of the movie Independence Day and President Whitmore's speech, "We shall not go quietly in the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. This wedding shall happen today to now as a testament to the power of the people and to love." I'm so proud to be here, Jake and Mary, to be a part of this ceremony, to the marriage of my son to Mary, and to have Mary and her family as a part of our lives. As a father, it is a day you pray to see and to be a part of. So on behalf of everyone here, we welcome both Mary and Jacob on this your wedding day. And on behalf of Mary and Jacob, we welcome all of you out there. And thank you for sharing this day with Mary and Jacob, whether in person or virtually. We send a special welcome to Mary's parents and family in Lebanon, who are joining us with many others on Zoom. Our prayers are with you as you endure not only this pandemic, but also the tragedy of the explosions that took place a few weeks ago and the turmoil in your country. My wife, Cindy, and I pray for the day that we can visit you in person and share some of those incredible meals that Jacob never seems to stop talking about. I asked both Mary and Jacob to write something, a memory, something about each other, something to share today, but not to let the other one know what they have written. So I'm going to start by reading what Mary wrote as a memory with respect to Jacob. The first time I met Jacob, he does not remember meeting me, with a little smiley face, as Mary does so often. Even after I told him, he still doesn't. Sometimes he says he has vague memories, but he was all wrapped up in the music playing with Ryan and Danny at St. Maze's in Brooklyn, and I was standing all the way up front dancing. Mary Beth and my friend Elizabeth remember because that is how they decided to set us up. If Jacob plays music and I'm up for dancing, then surely we'd be a great fit. I don't remember a specific moment of knowing or falling in love. It was really a series of little moments. From our first date, I remember his smile and kind eyes, a person who cared to listen and fill the silences with his own stories and questions, a person who had something I was immediately fascinated with. At first, it was hard to put my finger or define. Then I realized that unlike anyone I had ever met before, he was just comfortable in his own skin. A feeling he has always extended to others. When you are around Jacob, he just wants you to be at ease with yourself. I remember his laugh at the end of every telephone call and how special it made me feel. I remember thinking to myself, who wouldn't want this in their life every day? I don't remember what we would talk about or why we had called each other, but I definitely remember that each call would end with an easy laugh from Jacob, no matter the subject of time of day. I remember the first time Jacob met my sisters. My sisters have never expressed enthusiasm for anyone I had dated before. They are always cautious, protective, and take their time. The first time they met Jacob, they both immediately and independently, and not under the influence of the other, said, I like Jacob. He's nice. Like quickly turned to love for me and everyone in my family. The rest is history, and that's why we are here today. Now, Jacob also wrote, and this is what he wrote of his memory. I've been to Lebanon 2 times now and hope to go back many more times. Both times, we went around the whole country and saw many incredible sights, including the Roman ruins at Baalbek, the Yetta Grotto caves, and we hiked a park full of cedar trees and ate some incredible foods, most of which were cooked by Mary's mother, Therese. But one of my favorite memories was when we all went to eat on a Sunday afternoon. This was the moment where I was to finally muster up the courage to ask Mary's parents for their blessing to marry their daughter. I put it off until the very end of the meal, after I had eaten a ridiculous amount of shawarma, fattoush, kanif, and everything else I could stuff in my face. I was pretty sedated after all that food, so I finally got the courage together and start talking. Mary's father, however, didn't exactly realize that this was the moment everyone had been waiting for. To his credit, though, English is not his first language, and I don't speak a lick of Arabic, but I'm going to work on that. So I was asking for his daughter's hand in marriage. He got up, walked away. I was petrified, and the needle on my rejection meter was pegged. It couldn't have gone worse. Fortunately, though, Mary's mother stepped in, sat him down, explained to him what was happening, and let me speak. After that, things got a little better, and they thankfully approved. But boy, after that, I felt I needed about 7 bubble baths and a few hours of yoga to come down from the mountain of stress. Mary, of course, thought it was very funny, one of the funniest things she'd ever seen. And after a while, so did I, but not for sure until at least a year later. And I think that says a lot, what they wrote about the 2 of them. I remember also thinking about Jake and over the years and saying to myself just how comfortable he feels in his skin. In fact, at one time when he was younger, he said to me quite clearly, Dad, I am the boss of my own body. And I said, okay, that's good with me. And when you meet Mary, you just know what a wonderful and caring person that she is. And what makes me so very, very happy is you can clearly tell how much they each love each other. Gahil Gibran is someone that is often quoted in in many wedding ceremonies. It seemed very appropriate today to share a small passage from the prophet because Gilgabran was born in 1883 in Lebanon, and his words have often been the mirror of our souls and provided direction to our lives. He wrote on love, "Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and have desires, let these be your desires. To wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving. To rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy. To return home at eventide with gratitude. And then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips." So with those words in mind, let's turn to the vows that is so traditional in all wedding ceremonies. Mary and Jake chose to write their own vows to each other. Many times in the ceremonies I've done for friends and family, they tell me they're going to write their own vows, and about 5 minutes before the wedding's about to start, they panic and decide that maybe I should do them. But Jake and Mary have stayed fast. So let me start with you, Mary, and ask you this. Do you, Mary Schwader, accept Jacob Silver as your lawful husband?
I do.
Then would you share with us the vows that you have written for Jacob?
My vows are a little long. My sister tells me, so please make yourselves comfortable. I try to keep, my vows are a little long. My sister tells me, so please make yourselves comfortable. هالزربة يلي عشناها بهالست أشهر الماضيين صار عالمنا أصغر. بهالعالم الصغير تغنشت أكبر غنش تغنشته وأكلت أطيب طبخ أكلته من وقت ما تركت بيت أهلي. سوري مام. بعد أكلك أطيب شي، بس إذا عبالك تاخدي فرصة شي نهار خليني أعرض عليكي خدمات جاكوب. This year has been a challenge to a lot of us, and it has hit the places we call home. I also knew that there is no one I would rather be quarantining with than you. Jacob, though our world got smaller, it got bigger in our families and friends' support. Their phone calls, online games, cheesecakes, soaps, cheese-making kits, extra buttery English muffins, bagels, and all sorts of whimsically mailed presents because, well, why not? I got pampered with your cooking, the best food I have had since leaving my parents' home. Sorry, Mom. Your food is still the best, and Jacob is a very, very close tie. We made great adventures out of all the little things because we were doing them together. Walking aimlessly around Prospect Park in our neighborhood for 4 hours, to the beach for 2 hours, getting our first houseplants together, watching them thrive, getting our first herb garden together, watching them not thrive as much, painting our old bookcase a bright blue, our outdoor picnic breakfast in our new foldable lawn chairs at the median, you're singing for my work colleagues in our virtual cabaret because I thought it would be funny and you jumped on board. And who could, whoops, thank you. And who could forget driving for 24 hours back and forth to Maine and New York so I could have my one full week in a cabin by the lake while you finished your gig? You make the simplest of things magical and joyful with how much care you put into them. And so today I'm here to promise to put as much care, precision, patience, and thought into our relationship, our marriage, our friendship, and our support for one another as you do in your baking, your cooking, your coding, and really everything that you do. I promise to be an endless well of energy, ideas, and activities to your endless well of optimism. I promise to eventually do the dishes in support of your cooking. I promise to also cook for you every once in a while. فيا مرق صحن مجدرة أو طبولة من وقت للتاني. I promise to be always in the front row, dancing to your sweet jams and John Philip Sousa all bass marches. وعدي إلك كل ما تجيب المجوز يا عبود أنا برقص عيون السود. I promise to be your cheerleader when the dough rises beautifully and when the bread falls flat, when the code runs smoothly and when it breaks all day, when your gigs are plenty and smooth and when they're not. I promise to be your cheerleader when things are going your way and especially when they are not. I promise that when you watch snake videos, I'll be watching Hallmark. I promise to watch with you some Criterion movies too, sometimes. I promise to respect your time in your man cave. I promise to be the spooner as often as you like, even though I would much rather be the spoonee. بوعدك إنه ضل غنجك قد ما بتغنجني وأكتر. I promise to go on ice cream runs for you, even when I think you should pace yourself. I promise to learn from you how you listen, your openness, acceptance, patience, your daily discipline, and tunnel focus, your dedication when planning our trips, your commitment when learning something new. I promise to do my part to make us a good team. And with the support of our family and friends, I promise to keep growing to make us a great team. You have clearly charmed your way through every heart. Lila's first question, my niece, every time I FaceTime my sister is, "Where is Jacob?" When we first met, I wrote down this note in one of my notebooks and it said, "Remember how special this feels. Do not take it for granted." Jacob, بحبك، بحب حبك لأهلك، بحب حبك لأهلي، بحب حبك لأصحابنا، بحبك. I love you. I love your love for your family. I love your love for my family. I love your love for our friends. I love you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Mary, thank you so much. That was wonderful. And I think we all know now why certainly Jacob does, but why we all love you so much in doing that. So let me ask my son, Jacob. Jacob, do you, Jacob Silver, accept Mary as your lawful wife?
I do.
And now will you share the vows you have written with Mary?
Yes. First of all, Dad, I kind of wish that you would ask me to go first because I would never be able to top that. But here goes. Mine's a little bit more short and sweet. Not that yours wasn't sweet. I mean, really, who would have ever thought you, coming from worlds away, and me, a musician also from worlds away, would have even met at all? It's amazing. It really does seem so crazy when I think about it. But I do have to give it up to Mary Beth and Elizabeth for somehow seeing that maybe, just maybe, there would be a chance that this whole thing might work out, and for setting us up on our first date. And also for lying to both of us about how each of us noticed one another and thought they were cute. That was nice. I wake up every day knowing it's going to be a good day. Why is that? Because I'm going to spend the day with you. As much as you might think your brains are all over the place and you're always running around and yada, 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 you always approach the day with an eagerness and a drive to make the world a place where people actually listen to each other and respect each other. And I admire that more than just about anything. You have a focus that is just astonishing. And what blows my mind is that you don't know it. That's how focused you are. You'll be doing something for work or making some kind of art, and you'll say, "I don't know, I don't think this is very good." And I'll come look at it and it just knocks my socks off. You raise the bar and you make me try harder, reach higher, study more, listen better, and demand a better world and work for a better world. So with that, I vow to always listen to you, respond to you, encourage you, comfort you, caress you, cuddle you, humor you, maybe poke a little fun at you once in a while, and most importantly, love you always and forever, no matter what.
The exchange of rings is a time to show the world each of your commitments to each other. It is a daily and visible reminder of your love for each other. So let me first ask Mary to take the ring that she has chosen for Jacob and put it on his appropriate finger, and then repeat with me. With this ring,
with this ring,
I do thee wed
I do thee wed
and pledge my love to you forever.
and pledge my love to you forever.
And Jacob, will you get the ring that you have chosen for Mary and place it on her appropriate finger and repeat with me. With this ring, I do thee wed and pledge my love to you forever.
Pledge my love to you forever.
Okay. Now, traditionally we would have family, friends toast Mary and Jake after the ceremony and during the party, but virtual weddings make it a teeny bit more difficult. So we're going to ask family and friends to say a few words as part of this ceremony. And we're going to start with Mary's mother, Therese, on behalf of herself and Mary's father. Therese?
Yes. ماري صغيرة مثل الحلم كبرت واليوم عرسها. ماري كبرت بس بتبقى صغيرة بالنسبة لإلي. ماري بتذكرني بهيك صغيرة اللي اجت لعندي وطلبت بإلحاح فتح حساب لإلها بالبنك. وهيك صار. وين ماري؟ الحلو بهالقصة إنه قبل عيد مولدها الخامس بأسبوع ماري بتجي لعندي وبتقلي مام بدي أعزم أصحابي اعطيني رقم حسابي بالبنك لأنه بدي أطلب منهم يجيبوا هدايا ما يجيبوا هدايا بدي يحطوا مصاري بالحساب بدل هدايا بدون نفع. أنا بشتري شو بدي. جوابي بعدين بعد قليل من الوقت رجعت بسرعة. مام ما بدي وزع رقم الحساب بركي سرقوا المصاري اللي معي. وين ماري؟ We wish me and Fakhri for Mary and Jacob a colorful future full of love, happiness and health, art and music. Congratulations. مبروك. يلا cheers to Jacob and Mary.
فرجينا الآية.
I can translate. And
Mary, cheers.
Cheers, Mom.
Cheers.
I'll translate really quickly. The highlights were I was always obsessed with money, and I asked my parents to open a bank account for me when I was 5. And on my birthday, I wanted to ask my friends to just give me whatever money they were going to spend on a present, just put it in the bank account so it could pile up and be like a considerable sum. And my mom was like, didn't know how to explain to me that this is an embarrassing idea. Nobody should do it. I walk away and then I run back and I'm like, wait, maybe we shouldn't give them my bank account number. What if they can steal the money?
Uh-oh.
خلينا الصور هذيك. شفت أنا كيف عملت؟
Thank you so much, Therese and Fakhri. And now to Jake's mom, Anita.
Hi, everybody. I'd just like to say that I am delighted beyond to welcome you and your family into our family, Mary. The love I see between you and Jacob. And now I'm fortunate enough to have two daughters, two dear friends. Jacob and Mary, you support each other and complement each other so well. And I'm so lucky to be able to hear and see and feel the love you share with one another. I hope with all my heart to be able to share my life with both of you for years to come. I love you. Congratulations and l'chaim.
Thank you, Anit. On this, your last day of quarantine. And now, a very, very, very close friend of Mary, Rachel.
Hello. Oh God, that's loud. Okay. Hi. Hello. I'm Mary's friend Rachel, and I'm so excited to be here, celebrating Mary and Jacob, two of the loveliest people I know. I've known Mary since we started working together on the same museum project about 10 years ago, though it actually feels like Mary and I have been friends for ages. In my mind, Mary has simply always been one of my closest, most fun, and most trusted friends. She's someone I can spend pretty much infinite time with, and often seemingly have, whether we're running around the city to more boroughs than is necessary for a single day, or discussing at length the merits of supernatural TV shows meant for teenagers. Very important conversation. I love that Mary is up for any adventure, any activity, in any location. She doesn't even need to know what weird dance show I'm suggesting we see or what trashy part of the Jersey Shore I'm taking her to. She's just automatically on board. Mary, I definitely miss being able to wander around the city with you the last few months, not just looking at art or browsing at children's books, but chatting with you about everything and also nothing, things both silly and serious. I'm so lucky to have your support, opinions, and your willingness to listen to all of my stories and dramas, even if sometimes you completely stop listening to me when you get distracted by colorful dresses in store windows, which I think we all probably have experienced. You're such a warm and generous person, as is Jacob, and the two of you complement each other so well. Though one of you is ever so slightly more dramatic, but I won't say which one. I adore spending time with both of you, which hopefully you agree with, since the last few months notwithstanding, I do tend to just show up and tag along, like joining you both to visit Mary's family in Lebanon and being part of that proposal lunch that Jacob mentioned, which as an outside observer was very sweet and also very entertaining for me. The other day, Mary said I was pretty much part of the household, so I think that means you're both basically stuck with me. Though at least for me, I couldn't be happier to now have you both as my dear friends. I wish you a lifetime of fun, adventure, happiness, and lots of dance parties. Love you both. Congrats.
Thank you, Rachel. And now, the first of Mary's sisters, Nadine.
Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Nadine. I'm Mary's oldest sister. And I really would like to thank everybody first for physically being here and for everybody who's on Zoom and YouTube. And I'd like to share a few things about Mary that a few people don't know or do know. Sisterhood is a very beautiful bond, and I'm very happy to share it with Mary and Renwa. Growing up, Mary always made things interesting. So, Jacob, you are on for a great ride. She definitely was the funny one. And I do remember that at the age of 4, she was able to, she had a repertoire of dirty jokes, and she was able to deliver them with a punchline. So when she makes a little bit fun of you, that's nothing compared to what we used to hear. She's also the creative one who could handle scissors like a pro at a very young age, too. And one time, Mary wanted so badly a new pair of shoes when she already had one. So she went ahead and cut the soles of the shoes she already had to force my parents into buying her new ones. And I'm sure my parents will never admit it, but she definitely had our father wrapped around her finger. And so Renwa and I, we always used that to our advantage. So when we wanted something, we would send Mary to get it. And my father always delivered. And we'd always ask her to get 3 of whatever she was asking for. So we all got them. So when Mary introduced me to Jacob for the first time, my reaction was, oh my God, he's a great guy. We like Jacob. He just needs a haircut. And over the years, we got to know Jacob, and we got to know you, Jacob, for your fun, generous, caring, kind side. And I'm really happy Mary chose you as her life partner. I'm delighted to welcome you into our family, and I hope you're as excited about the prospects as we are. Thank you. Congratulations.
And now Renoir.
This way. Okay, hi everybody. My name is Renma, and I'm Mary, the Arus's sister, Mary's sister. So I'm going to be sprinkling a little bit of Arabic here and there. So anybody who knows Mary knows she has a very generous and loving personality. If you ask her for anything, she'll put her all in it. So during my wedding, she actually did everything. She planned the whole thing. And then during her wedding, I inadvertently started a fundraiser. So she started helping me with it, and she forgot about her wedding. Mary is also very colorful. She has, you can see it in her hair, her makeup, her accessories, her art, everything about her. And she also has a lot of spunk and fire and flair. And this colorfulness and the spunk go way back to when she was pretty young. As a toddler, she had a very colorful vocabulary that she delivered with a lot of spunk. So basically, she was a dirty mouth toddler. And as alluded by the previous speeches. And she, at the beginning, I think the whole family will admit that we found it very cute. I mean, who wouldn't? Here you have a 2-year-old who could barely talk, who went around cussing and cursing and telling dirty jokes with a lisp nonetheless. It was adorable. But then over time, it just became a bit of a problem because we never knew what she was going to say. And as you get older, it's just not as cute anymore. So the whole family decided to intervene, and we decided to basically charge her 1,000 Lebanese liras, 1,000 lira for every swear word. So رح نشرجها 1,000 lira كلمة سب, which was almost $1. So to the Lebanese, I know that for the Lebanese, بعرف ال 1000 lira ما بتسوى شيء هلا, بس عم نحكي avant, before. So I know it's worthless now, the lira, but back in the day, it was a good. So we were charging her almost $1 every time she swore. And as you also heard, Mary had a healthy bank account that she just was very proud of and careful about. So she took this very seriously, and she tried. She did her very best not to swear anymore, and it almost worked. But I realized I forgot to give a disclaimer, like there are dirty words, so it might be time for people with kids to take out the coloring pens or earplugs or whatever you're comfortable with. So so basically it worked. The plan worked mostly, except there was me, and I really liked teasing her because I also wanted to take her money. So I egged her on a bit, and then one day it all came out, to a head when I teased her a whole bunch. And so at the end of the day, she looked at me and she was like, "Kiss إمك وهيدي ألف ليرة," which translates to "fuck you and here's $1." So that's Mary for you. But dirty mouthed or not, Jacob, you're very lucky to have Mary because she's very generous and the most generous and loving person I know. And Mary, you're also very lucky to have Jacob. He's the most supportive and dedicated person I know. And I hope that you both have a wonderful life filled with creativity, color, and cussing. I mean, companionship.
And now, the Toronto part of our family, Jacob's brother, my older son, and my nephew and niece, Daniel, Hannah, and Gabriel.
Not your nephew.
Yeah, that's true. Grandkids, I meant. Grandkids. I was close, Dan.
Thanks, Dad. Hi, everybody. I warned Jake and Mary that if they gave me an opportunity to speak, I might have to come up with a 30 to 45-minute lecture on the meaning of love and marriage and the history of philosophy. And though I resisted that urge to 30 to 45 minutes, I didn't resist the other part and got it down to 2.5. So here it goes. So the ancient Greek philosopher Plato defined love as a kind of madness. It is, he wrote, to quote, "the madness of a person who, on seeing beauty here on earth and being reminded of true beauty, becomes winged, and fluttering with eagerness to fly upwards, but unable to leave the ground, looks upwards like a bird and takes no heed of the things below. And that is what causes them to be regarded as mad." Now, I've known Jake his entire life, and mad is not a word I would probably have used to describe him. Creative, yeah. Musically talented, yeah, we know that. Fun-loving, for sure. Dedicated to his craft, no doubt. Curious, caring, insightful. Check, check, and check, but not mad. At least not until he met you, Mary. Mary, you drove my brother mad. Mad in the way Plato described. Your beautiful soul gave him wings. And I've seen it. I've seen it in the way that your simple presence lights him up and causes him to soar above and outside of himself. And I've seen how he does that for you. It's beautiful. And beauty is the other side of the story that Plato told. It's not just about lovers going mad for each other. It is also about them doing everything they can to help one another to resemble the very best versions of themselves. Lovers make one another more lovable. Love breeds love, which is why it is, as Plato said, the world's most basic force of generation, of birth. Now, Mary and Jake, you make each other more beautiful. I mean, Jake, he is now an excellent baker. And soon enough, I expect that he'll be able to make a scone that's worthy of you, Mary. And that is the last piece of Plato's puzzle. Love, he said, is a very special kind of desire. It is a desire for eternity, for forever. We might desire a scone, but the scone is gone after you eat it. You need another and another, but no matter how many you eat, it is never fully satisfying. When love becomes marriage, it becomes a kind of never-ending scone. No matter how much you eat it, it never fails to offer more. Mary and Jake, may your marriage be like an eternally delicious, eternally satisfying scone. Mary, I'm so happy from the bottom of my heart to be your brother now and forever, and grateful to Jake for bringing you into our family and us into yours. We love you, Aunt Mary and Uncle Jake.
Well, I was going to incorporate what what Dan said, and read from Plato and that part of the ceremony, but I knew he would get mad at me and think I was upstaging him. So I kind of left it for him later on to do that. As we conclude the ceremony, Jake earlier said to me, he says, Dad, you always use a poem or write a poem. So, I want you to write a new poem just for Mary and I in this ceremony. So for whatever reason, as I was trying to think about what to write, I thought of the lotus flower. The lotus flower has a life cycle unlike any other plant. With its roots latched in the mud, it submerges every night into the river water and miraculously rebrooms the next morning, sparkling clean. In many cultures, this process associates the flower with rebirth and spiritual enlightenment, with its daily process of life, death, and reemergence. So it seemed that was appropriate for this wedding poem for you, that I've entitled A Letter to My Love from Our Garden. I sat this day by the quiet of our pond, surrounded by and amongst the magic of the lotus, delicate in its appearance, sacred in its life spirit, of life, of death, of rebirth. For years eternal it lives. In the center of its beauty, you live, we live, my life, our love, my eternity, my spirit, our faith. My heart awaits your return. Tomorrow we shall sit by the pond and the lotus flowers together. So on behalf of myself and my wife, Cindy, and everybody here, I'm just so overwhelmed to have you both in my life and to be a part of this. I want to thank Mary's friend, Anielle, who has agreed to be our co-officiant today, because under New York law, you have to be present in the state in order to sign the marriage licenses and take care of that. And she's graciously offered to do that. It was tough on me. I was going to fly to New York because I just wanted to have my own signature on that wedding certificate and things. But in spirit, it will be there. So thank you very much, Anielle, for helping us today. With that, it is my pleasure as your father and father-in-law to now pronounce you husband and wife. And this is the traditional time for you to kiss the bride and the groom. Mary and Jake, may you live long and good together in this your journey of 1,000 years. I love you.
Love you too. Oh my God, the Zoom worked. I can't believe it. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. That was awesome. Stick around. Hope you brought your own food.
We're going to have a party someday. No question about it.
Oh, look. Congratulations, Jake and Mary. I think they're gone.
They're probably wandering around and stuff.
Well, call me if they come back on. Please. Right, that's all of me in mind.
It was a nice call. Hi, Stan.
Hey guys. Wait.
Hey guys.
Hi, guys.
Anita, we're gonna cut you a cake and bring it over soon.
Oh, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much.
Hey, that was pretty great.
It worked. It worked out.
Nice job.
Yeah.
It worked.
It was lovely. I mean, as lovely. Yes, it was lovely. Yeah. It was darling. Darling.
Probably thought I was at Prospect Park because of the background.
Yeah.
Especially with the rippling waves moving.
You had to remind me.
We're gonna have some ice cream cake.
Yay! If I could come to your house, I would, but I can't yet until, I don't know, 4 o'clock or something like that. Or a full day, they said.
Well,
Is it almost?
you know, a day is individual. It's up to the individual when the day is over.
Yeah, but I don't want to fool around with the border patrol or the, immigration. I want to do everything according to the book until the end of the day. And then it's woohoo.
So Gabe, what's new?
So cute.
Hannah, and you, Han? You guys did great. Yes, it showed up and worked.
I guess
That was wonderful. Up there.
Started off there at the park, so.
Yeah, I think we're off the park.
Okay. Nice work, everybody.
Great.
Good.
It was lovely. Just lovely. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thought we should have had a reception.